What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? What's happening? This is Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. Welcome to my sports channel. Thank you guys so much. Without you guys, none of this is possible. Did you guys see that Vikings Bills game today? If you guys didn't and you guys are football fans, I feel bad for you because that was one hell of a game. That might have been the best game that I've seen so far this season. You guys might disagree with me. You guys might have a different opinion about that. But to me, this was the best game that I've seen this season. Justin Jefferson was showing out. He was making unbelievable catches. You know, you had amazing play from Kirk Cousins down the stretch. The Vikings, they never quit. We might as well call them the comeback kids. They like to play from behind. They take pride in pulling off fourth quarter comebacks, miraculous comebacks. They staged another comeback today. And, they relish those opportunities. So the Vikings now improved to 8-1 on the season, extending their winning streak to 7 games with a fantastic overtime thriller over the Buffalo Bills, a team that a lot of people have billed as Super Bowl favorites, a team that started off the season hot. They were good. They were living up to that billing. And now they've suffered some losses. One particular against these Vikings. And the Vikings in this game, they were down by 17 points against the Bills on the road. It was snowing. It was cold. And the Vikings, they kept fighting. They found another way to win a football game. They came away with a big win against the Buffalo Bills. It's a convincing win. We can't count out this team. We can't dismiss the fact that this could be one of the best teams in the NFC North. We can't. Kirk Cousins is not the most respected quarterback around the National Football League. He doesn't get the love that other quarterbacks get. Some people see him as a game manager. They're not going to give him the credit when the credit is due. But Kirk Cousins made something happen in that fourth quarter. It was a magical fourth quarter for the Vikings. They were able to turn it around and they found themselves back in the game. They made things interesting. They never let up. They kept fighting on every possession. They took advantage of some of the Bills' miscues and they were able to ride to the finish. And we're looking at one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, if not the best. Justin Jefferson. That is a bad, bad man. Let me tell you, he is a bad, bad brother. That boy can flat out ball. He is clearly the best wide receiver in the NFL. No question about it. He has blossomed into this athletic, explosive, unstoppable force for this Vikings team. And he is clearly the number one receiver in the NFL. He proved that today. He might have proved it since he's entered the league. He gets open at every level. He has reliable hands. He shows up on clutch downs. Just an amazing player. The moment's never too big for him. The moment is never too big for him. He had 10 catches for 193 yards on the day, and that incredible game-saving one-handed catch. How the hell did he catch that? How was he able to haul that in? That might have been, ladies and gentlemen, the catch of the year. That might have been the catch of the year. It was simply breathtaking, spectacular. I've never seen anything quite like it. And then you have a new coach that has come in, and he has breathed life into this team. Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell has done a terrific job. He used to be with the Rams organization. He speaks so highly of Sean McVay. And the Rams, they spoke highly of him. He brings that attitude. He brings that aggression. He has that ability to relate to his players. And he has implemented a similar culture with these Vikings. It's infectious. It really is. It's infectious. And it has had a significant impact on this Vikings team. Then you talk about Patrick Peterson and what he did on the defensive side of the ball was making some big plays out there. They kept, finding ways to rally in the game. And they found another way to rally for victories. But this was the most remarkable and improbable win for the Vikings yet. In unimaginable ways, they pulled it out. This was a game of epic proportions. It was wild. It was a wild finish to a football game. It was amazing to watch. The Vikings, like I said, they took advantage of 3 turnovers by Josh Allen. He had some uncharacteristic turnovers in the game. 3 of those turnovers, I believe, came in the fourth quarter and overtime. And the Vikings were able to, pull ahead late. He mishandled a snap and fumbled it in the end zone. That, allowed the Vikings, to make things more interesting. It was just a good game. It was a really, really good game. I enjoyed every second of it. It was wild. It was thrilling. You talk about theatrics, this was the game. You talk about drama, this was the game. You talk about excitement, this was absolutely the game. But man, Justin Jefferson, man, he has really, really put himself in MVP conversations. I think it's fair to call him the best wide receiver in the NFL. He is already heavily regarded as the best wide receiver in the NFL. To me, he's the number 1 receiver in the NFL. The kid is a stud, man. He's an absolute stud. And, he has become a human highlight reel. His play late in the game, particularly in the fourth quarter, set the tone for the Vikings. He was making play after play after play, hauling in catches, making it look so easy out there. And what's most impressive about Jefferson's incredible start to his career is that he continues to set records. He set another record today. He continues to set records and put his name in a library of history books. He's still young. He still has a long career ahead of him. I can't wait to see what his future will look like, what it will shape up to be. because he clearly has a unique skill set. He's not your typical NFL receiver. He's in a class of his own. He's a ferocious beast. And you got to watch out for this Viking team because they got playmakers all over the field. They acquired that tight end who I can't pronounce his last name. They acquired him in the trade. That was a huge pickup for them. That provided them with stability. That also stretches the field. It creates more spacing for the Vikings. Adam Thielen was productive today. You know, he hasn't really had a great season, not like the one he did a year ago. He hasn't been able to duplicate that success, but, you know, slowly he's putting something together. You got Dalvin Cook, who a lot of people don't talk about. But he's solid on the ground for the Vikings. So the Vikings got playmakers. Then they got Kirk Cousins, whose numbers are unnoticed. A lot of people don't talk about the numbers that he put up. He quietly puts up a productive stat line that just for whatever reason goes unnoticed. But this Vikings team is starting to look like a serious contender. I wouldn't doubt it. Unequivocally, the Vikings have reasserted themselves as a perennial playoff contender that could create a lot of havoc for opposing teams. If you're in Minnesota, it might be time to go crazy. You got a wide receiver by the name of Justin Jefferson who's finally getting a piece of his pie. Has moved on up to the north side in a deluxe department, in a deluxe apartment in the sky, I guess you can say. You guys know where I got that reference from? The Jeffersons. The Jeffersons. And he's definitely getting a piece of his pie. And he definitely has put himself in a different stratosphere. That was a total team effort today from a Vikings team that is damn good and fun to watch. That was an exciting game. A great game. I'll see you guys later. Before I go, I just want to remind everybody, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys for making me a part of your night. Thank you guys for taking time away from whatever you might have been doing to watch this video. I'll be back with more sports takes, no question about it. Just subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button so you guys won't miss anything. But I'll be back most likely tomorrow. Talk more sports. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Tomorrow's not here yet. But I will definitely be back to talk more sports with you guys. You guys enjoy the rest of the Sunday night game. You guys have a good night. And you guys be well. We'll talk soon. Checking out. Bye-bye.